I never thought that the expression, "I wouldn't touch them with a 6-foot pole," would become a national policy. Yet here we are.
Welcome to Grow with Amanda. Have you been feeling sad, lonely, angry, confused, stressed, maybe a little scared, restless, unproductive compared to some other people you might know, or maybe even just lazy? Well, I want you to know something. There's no wrong way to feel right now. This is the first time the world has been through a pandemic like this. So whatever you are feeling is completely valid. What's some things that you can do to take back your life and feel more in control during this pandemic? Well, I have a boatload of ideas for you. First thing, I'm sure people have told you, reach out and talk to your friends and family. Maybe reach out to some professionals for some help if you feel like you might need it. My favorite thing to do, get outside. Get outside and enjoy Mother Nature. Even if it's only for maybe 20, 30 minutes a day, I challenge you to get outside a bit. I promise it will help. Along with getting outside, move your body. Even if it's, again, for 20 or 30 minutes, get up and do something. It could be anything. Walking, jogging, yoga, wrestling with your siblings, whatever it might be. Cleaning, maybe pick up after yourself a bit. Anything that gets your body moving, I would highly suggest doing that for a minimum of 20 to 30 minutes a day. Don't be so glued to the news. It's nice to keep updated, but don't be obsessed with the news. There's other things in the world aside from COVID. You need to take a step back and live in the moment. Don't be so hard on yourself and don't compare yourself to other people. Somebody might be getting their life together and using all this free time to better themselves, but maybe you're struggling more than that other person. Maybe you need some time to rest and recollect. Learn to accept some uncertainty because right now there's so much of it going around, and if you want to control everything, good luck. It's not going to work right now. You're going to have to learn to deal with the uncertainty and just go with it. Play with some animals. I promise animal therapy is great for you. Right, Turbo? Right. Work on a project. Absolutely anything. It could be reorganizing your house, maybe just cleaning up after yourself. No, that's not a project, really. That's just a daily thing you should be doing. Maybe pick up a new hobby. I picked up learning how to take photos and working on my YouTube. There's so many things out there that you could pick up and you can learn and you can work on to keep yourself busy and to feel like you're accomplishing something. Do something fun. Go out and do something that you love, whether it's just walking, whether it's maybe you want to buy something cool like a virtual reality set and you want to play with that for a bit. I guarantee you that'll keep you busy for a few hours or days. Go get a pool and put a blow-up pool in the middle of your house. I did it, but it was fun. It was a good time. I don't regret it. It's an experience. Go have some of your own experiences. Move environments. You might be working from home right now. You could be in your office, dining room table. Maybe you have a room specifically for work right now. But make sure you're moving your environment. If you have 5 minutes between a call or a meeting, take that time, get out of the spot that you are in and go somewhere else. It could be the other room, it could be outside. Have a morning routine because I think having a morning routine will start your day off in a good spot. Even if it's just so that you can get up, take a shower, have some breakfast, and then crawl back into bed. Do it, but have that routine every morning. You don't have to have the same routine every morning, but have something that's pretty consistent so that you are excited to get up. You're excited to get going in the morning. Personally, for me, I make sure that I get up, I shower, I do the basic hygiene things I need to do, and then I sit down and I journal for a bit, and I'll read 10 pages of a book. I think that's a great start to my morning. Sometimes I've even just crawled back into bed, if I'm honest. But you got to do what you got to do during these times, right? If you need to crawl back into bed, crawl back into bed. But try not to make that a habit of every single day you're doing a morning routine and crawling back into bed because that's not going to help your mental health in any capacity. Also, something that really helps me is having a schedule. And it doesn't have to be a schedule like, oh, I work 9 to 5, then I'm going to come home, I'm going to go grocery shopping, and I'm going to make dinner, and then I'm going to watch TV and go to bed. No, it could be a schedule like, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to pick 2 things that I really love to do off of my list, and I'm going to do it. And your list could include things like walking. It could include things like maybe FaceTiming a friend. It could be yoga. It could be going to the grocery store. It could be painting. It could be journaling. It could be absolutely anything you could enjoy. It could be video games. VR, whatever you enjoy. Something that will keep your mind busy and keep you occupied. Every minute of the day doesn't have to be scheduled, but it helps to have somewhat of an idea of what your day is going to look like. Getting an adequate amount of sleep is so important, and oversleeping does not count as adequate amount of sleep. Oversleeping is not going to help you, just as not having enough sleep isn't going to help you. Things that might help you sleep a little bit better and not be so restless at night is obviously don't oversleep, because then you're not going to be tired at nighttime. Make sure you're limiting your naps and make sure they're only roughly like half an hour. Don't go any longer. It's not going to be beneficial for you. So maybe try avoiding caffeine, alcohol, and screen time at least an hour before you go to bed. It will definitely help you sleep a lot better. Get some sun in you. Vitamin D is so crucial for the body. You would be surprised how many things will change if you get some vitamin D. Maybe even have some vitamin D supplements, because those are pretty good for you too. We don't get enough sun, especially being up north. So as much vitamin D as you can find, get it in you. Here's some things that you could ask yourself every day if you wanted to try and see how you're feeling. Maybe ask yourself, what are you grateful for today? Who am I checking in on, or am I checking in on anybody today? Because let's face it, humans need human interaction. We are social creatures. And so, yeah, you might need a day or two by yourself talking to nobody. We all need those days sometimes, but don't let that be an everyday occurrence. Reach out to people. How am I going to be getting outside today? How am I going to be moving my body today? How can I make myself smile, even if it's just for 5 minutes? These are such important questions to ask yourself every day, because we forget. We forget to check in with ourselves. We're so focused on what's going on around us that we're not focusing on ourselves. And that's so important, especially with COVID. I think it's very crucial to focus on yourself, even if you just take a couple minutes a day to do so and ask yourself these questions, or maybe you have any other questions you want to ask yourself. Some other things that you can do is maybe go have a dance party. Have a dance party with yourself. Get moving. Or a dance party with your friend on FaceTime or Zoom or Snapchat, whatever you use. We're all different. We're all different. So what have I been doing during COVID? Well, I've been doing a lot of self-care. And not just the mushy-gushy bathtub, face masks, journaling kind of stuff. I've been doing the icky self-care too. And I think that I've grown so much as a person, and it's honestly because I've had the time to do so because of COVID. So if you have the time right now, if you're not working, try doing some self-care. It's very beneficial. My self-care has included things like meditating, yoga, journaling, and not just journaling about my day, but journaling about how I feel, those questions that I just mentioned. I've journaled about those almost every single day. I've also been connecting with my higher power. I didn't really realize that I had a higher power or that I really believed in anything before COVID, but I've started to really dig deep and really ask myself what I believe in. I've also been having dance parties with myself and my friends every day. Most of it's just been with myself in my car, but that's okay. Dance even if people are watching you. That's what I've learned during COVID. Because you know what? It makes me smile, and it makes everybody else smile too. There's so many things on TikTok, and just don't get lost. You can spend hours there. So be mindful of your time. It's another important thing. Although it might seem like 24 hours is a lot of hours to have to go through when you don't have things keeping you busy and when society is pretty much shut down, well, it's not as much as you think. You could fill that with so much and be like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. It's true. So don't get lost on TikTok. I've also been meditating every day, even if it's just been for 5 minutes. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with, which I haven't mentioned yet, is don't turn to alcohol and drugs to get you through this. As much as you might think, oh, I'm at home all day, why not just have a couple glasses of wine throughout the day? Yeah, that's okay every once in a while, but when it's a daily occurrence, you're going to start having a problem. Don't let yourself go down that rabbit hole and be consumed by alcohol and pot. Yes, they are great ways to stay busy and to have some fun and to let loose, but it shouldn't be an everyday, all-day thing. If you're at that point, I would highly suggest reaching out and getting some help, because it's just going to keep going downhill from the point that you're at now. I know we can get through this all together. COVID will pass. Things will get back to normal eventually. We just have to hang in there a little bit longer. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you don't know what to do, If you're stuck, if you're struggling, ask for help. Thanks for coming along for another video with me. This was Amanda on Grow with Amanda, and I'll see you next time. I hope you learned something about keeping your mental health in check. If not, well, you probably weren't watching. I don't know why I just said that. I'm just gonna... Okay. Little mud freak out! Fucking TikTok! Okay.
A boatload?
A boatload!
No way!
What's the worst that's gonna happen to you? You're gonna die. Well, guess what? You could die right this second. So live your life. Stop being so scared. I don't know if I'll put that in
I don't
there.
know about the whole dying thing.
Yeah.
You could die right now. You just freak everyone out like, oh my god, I'm gonna die?
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
I maybe like don't
Trotting by.
Like
Learn to Turbo. Kush.
he's like, are you poking me?
And you're not just sitting around wasting your time.
Like we're doing.
Like, we're not wasting our time.
I'm kidding.
I might need a shot. We're ready.
I'm ready. Peekaboo.
Dressed as a hot dog. And he literally
Who
says,
is dressed as a
ask
hot
me
dog?
about my wiener.
Ask about my wiener.
Yeah, because he's dressed as a hot dog.
Who?
It's in a movie. I can't remember what movie right now.